Hey.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. You excited?
Yes. Are you excited?
I'm very excited. Hello.
Hey fam.
How are you?
Good.
Are you excited?
Very excited. It's gonna be good.
Where are we?
We are in Aiken, Minnesota. We're about 1 hour in.
An hour in. Probably 10, 11 more to go. Very fun. The drive was really good. It was very long. So we already stopped at a gas station and we drove away without paying for the gas.
We went back.
We went back. It's all fine. And now Phoenix is, you know, doing the thing.
Wiping a million bugs off of the car.
Because Annika already drove 22 hours. Killing it, babe. Absolutely killing it.
I wish it was 22, it was 36.
It was 36 hours?
Yep, 28 to Illinois from Pullman and then 8 from Illinois back to Soup.
That's insane. Hell yeah, get that.
Thank you very much.
We went through Fargo, which is where I went to school. There we go, now you're in focus.
What's up?
Hello, how are you enjoying your trip so far?
Fantastic.
Yeah?
Yes.
Where are we?
Jamestown.
I have no idea how you knew that. Did you see a sign somewhere?
There's a water tower right there.
Oh. Anything else to add?
It's hot.
Anyone? There we go. There she is. In all her beauty. In all her grace. It's Annika.
We were all out of fruit.
That's so sad. No bananas for Annika.
Feeling ready to get back on the road.
Do you know where we are?
North Dakota. Where the buffalo roam.
We didn't do too many touristy things. Hey, buddy. There's not a ton to do, but we did stop at a little rest stop where the Painted Canyon was in North Dakota, and it was incredible to look at. It's, you know, a canyon surrounded by mountains, and it was just gorgeous. Cows. There they are. They're the cows. Not Annika. Annika's beautiful. Not that cows aren't beautiful.
Cows are, yes,
I'm digging myself a hole. I'm just gonna stop while I'm ahead. The next thing we did that was worth talking about is we stopped at our hotel, which was a Best Western in Miles City, Montana. What we got here?
My private credit card information.
Oh, is that what you're putting in right now?
Yes.
I'll blur it, don't worry. We get in a hotel.
With swimming, hopefully.
Hopefully. It's a Best Western, so hopefully it'll be open. Plus it's Montana and they don't really seem to care about COVID, so.
It doesn't exist here.
No. Hello.
All right, we are booked.
Booked? Hell yes.
Now we just have to go there.
Hell yeah. Want me to do directions? Nah. Alrighty, off we go to Best Western.
Normally, like, when you're standing, all the gas is gonna come up here, but you want it to go out the back.
Uh-huh.
So that's why you gotta put it up.
You gotta put that butt up.
Yep, that's chemistry.
This yellow light is disgusting. Ooh, kind of cinematic though. We're at our hotel in, where the fuck are we?
Miles City.
Miles City, I keep forgetting that. We're at a Best Western. And everybody's pooped. Annika, did you poop?
I didn't.
Oh, Annika didn't poop, but
I haven't met my quota for today. Something's wrong.
maybe you'll poop after we eat.
Yeah, that's why.
We're gonna go to a little restaurant, and then we're gonna have some drinkies, and then we're gonna come back, and it's gonna be real fun. I don't know why I'm talking like this. I've been doing weird accents all fucking day though. Very good. Hello, Babby.
Hello.
I wish this had autofocus.
Yeah.
This is not a lens for videography. We ready to go?
I think so.
Hell yes, let's go! It was a cute little town. We went to a restaurant called Tilt, which had really good food. Me being a child, I ordered the chicken strips, and Annika got pulled pork mac and cheese, and they were both like the best I've ever had. It was incredible. When we got back to the hotel, we decided to go for a swim. It wasn't very long because the pool closed about 45 minutes after we got there. But we did meet two nice women who were also from Minnesota. And we all just kind of talked for a while before we went back to the room. And then we promptly fell asleep because we were exhausted from the trip. We started again the next day, a little later than we wanted. We had planned to leave at 7:30, but that didn't work out because we slept in until 7:30, and we left by 8, which wasn't too bad. And then we started driving again. All right, day 2. Day 2 of our road trip.
Day 2. Whoop, whoop.
It's a little dark. Let's bring that up.
Gotta find some more cows.
All right, we just got out of Miles City, Montana. We're on our way to Pullman, of course. Washington, of course. Of course. Phoenix is driving now.
Not off course.
You're not driving, of course. All right, let's fucking go. Oh, fuck. And then when we got more west into Montana, it just got beautiful. The rocks and the mountains were just insane. I'm used to a lot of flat land, like in North Dakota and southern Minnesota, western Minnesota. So it was really cool to be able to see mountains. We stopped in Bozeman, Montana, to get some food. We got chicken strips, shocking. And then I saw this little shop called Earth's Treasures, and I asked if we could go back. So we stopped in, and the ladies there were super nice, but it was just this little crystal shop, and they had fossils, and they had dinosaur fossils, and they had a dinosaur horn, I think. But everything was like super reasonably priced. I didn't want to film in there just because it was really small and I didn't know if they'd be comfortable with that. I'm also not comfortable with vlogging yet, so I didn't film it, but here is some footage of the crystals that I did get. We got some agate, we got some amethyst, and my partner got me this beautiful moonstone ring. It looks like an infinity symbol, but I don't like those, so I'm just gonna say that it's an hourglass. but it has the 3 bands that connect it on the back. And I just love it so much. There were so many rings to choose from. We're not engaged, don't worry. And after we were done at the little crystal shop, we headed back on the road again. Job, T. So we got to Moscow, Idaho. We stopped at a dispensary. The guys there were super nice. It's legal there, so just so you know. And then we headed back to Nate and Annika's house, and it was really nice to see Nate because he hadn't been with on the road trip, unfortunately. It was really nice to spend time with them, and it was great to sing along with Annika on the road trip and talk and catch up and, you know, trauma bond like everybody does. And then we all got home. We just chilled for the rest of the night. Phoenix and I went to bed pretty early. So the next day we decided to go bowling.
Speed, you block it, like walk towards it, and as you're walking. The score was like 140.
It was really fun. None of us did well except for Nate. Nate did really well. We got home and we went to a park, a little park called Hawaii. I don't know how to say it, so I'll put it here. Where are we going?
I don't know. Where are we going?
You don't know where we're going?
I wasn't paying attention.
Annika, where are we going?
Hawaii Park?
Hawaii Park.
Right.
We're almost 100% saying it wrong.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Somewhat wrong.
So it was a little bit of a walk to where Annika wanted to go, and then it brought us to this beautiful like little canyon, and there was a river that went through it, and it was stunning. So the next day, we drove 4 hours and 45 minutes to Tacoma to see my best friend Julia. Okay, so we're in a tiny little town called La Crosse in Washington. We feel like we're about to be murdered, so I thought I'd document it. You wanna come in?
Hello.
Annika had to go to the bathroom, so we tried to find a gas station, and it's just this little tiny thing that's not open, and then there's another gas pump, but it's not a gas station, it's just a pump, a singular pump.
It's very Pleasantville-esque.
Yeah, it's really
This
creepy.
village.
So Annika went in, and I told Nate to go in with her just in case something happens. I guess we'll see if they come out. I'll keep you updated. We had a really good time. We got some alcohol and we just had a few drinks, and then like old people we went to sleep because we had to get up early again the next morning.
It's like a knockoff and it's absolutely trash.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do this.
Pistol?
Yeah, my cat. Oh. What kind of, how many cats do you?
Cheers! Yay! Happy birthday, Julia! Happy birthday! Woo! Oh shit! The next day was our drive to Forks, which was about 3 hours away from Tacoma. Hey guys, what are we doing? Julia, what are we doing?
Going to Forks.
Wonderful.
Looking for trees.
I heard we're going
Vampires.
somewhere called Forks, so we could grab a fork or something.
Looking for vampires.
Yep, that's the correct answer. I also would have accepted werewolves. And the drive there was absolutely stunning. We passed by this place called Crescent Lake, and it was just this huge lake that was surrounded by mountains, and there were a bunch of little pull-offs so you could stop your car and take pictures. It was really windy, which was kind of scary, but it was, I can't even describe how beautiful it was, so I'll put it in video. Forks itself was pretty boring. There's not a lot to do. We stopped at the little Twilight Museum place, but they had a bunch of cringy shirts with Twilight stuff on them. They had the original motorcycle from New Moon, and then they had a couple of outfits that the actors wore. After that, we decided to go to La Push. Unfortunately, the reservation and La Push itself was actually closed due to COVID. So we did not go there, but we did go to the third beach, which the pull-off for the third beach is like right before La Push. So we parked, there were a lot of cars there, and we started the trek. It was only about 1.5 miles, but when you're hiking it's different. So on the way to the beach, my back felt like it was ripping apart. So I had to stop pretty frequently, and I also made the mistake of wearing new boots because it was either that or sandals, and I didn't want to do that hike in sandals, so I wore some new boots. Thankfully, a little ways in, Julia asked if it would be easier if we switched shoes, and it was, so that's what we did, and I wore her shoes for the rest of the hike. The hike itself there was pretty good. It was fine. It was very beautiful. I couldn't admire it really because I was focusing on the ground and not tripping. And then about 1 mile in, there was only about 0.4 miles left. It started going downhill, literally downhill. So we were climbing downhill, and my legs felt rubbery, and I thought I was gonna die because I knew I had to go back up. But everything turned out well. The beach was beautiful. So we just stayed there for about 30-45 minutes. The guys were playing in the water and trying to find rocks, and just kind of running about, which was really cute. And then we started the trek back up, which was not good. I had a panic attack, worried about going back up. Everyone was pretty out of breath. Phoenix ended up telling the rest of the guys that they could just go and not wait for us because I was slowing everybody down. But we did it. I did it. We got back to the trailhead, and the other guys said that we were only about 5 minutes behind them, which I found incredible, and I think they were lying to me, but we did it, and I was pretty proud of myself. Hey pals.
Hello.
What did we do?
We're doing a beach.
Each? Nicki Minaj. We, how long was the walk? Like 1.5 miles?
12 years.
12 years. It was uphill on the way back, and it sucked. And I almost died. I had a panic attack. And an asthma attack, probably. We're fucking going live. Blah, blah, blah. I did it. We're going back now. We're gonna find a smoothie for Maddie. Yes. So that was La Push, and then we drove back to Tacoma. Drove back to Pullman. I went to sleep immediately, and then the next day we kind of just chilled because we were just so exhausted from the hike, and my legs were sore and swollen. So we just chilled out and just kind of hung out because the next day we had to fly back to Minnesota. Minnesota. We had to fly back to Minnesota, and that's what we did the next day. We drove to Spokane, which is where the airport is. We stopped on the way there in Spokane. We saw some waterfalls, and we just kind of explored a little bit of the downtown area. And then Annika and Nate brought us to the airport. We had a tearful goodbye, and then Phoenix and I made our way back to Minnesota. And that was pretty much our whole trip. So that was our trip. We had such a good time. It was incredible, honestly, to be able to drive there and see all of the mountains and the scenery and still be able to fly back without having to drive 22 hours again. So I'm super happy with how the trip went. Phoenix had a great time too. Yeah, thanks for watching. Nate and Annika have 5 cats. This one's Pistol. Look at her. Meow. You want to get up there? Oh, she's sniffing the camera. Meow. Come down here. And then after that, we got back on the road. Here's Pistol. Oh, you gonna flop? She's gonna eat my hair.